All right, I am live. The one thing I want this thing to be able to do is hopefully when I end the stream, it'll make it a video, like permanently. I haven't done a live stream before, so hopefully that's what it's going to be able to do. This is going to be real quick because what I like to do is share my computer screen, and I don't think I can share my computer screen with this. So, what did I want to talk about? I'm pretty convinced. Uh, Hold on, I got my line in Google. If you're not a Summer Shandy fan, you don't like life. All right. So what do I want to talk about? All right, this is going to be a real short stream. I hope this concludes and it just can become a permanent video too. The next time I stream, I'll try to make sure I can take a look at my computer screen as well, because if it's just a webcam looking at myself, then that's not so much fun. What I really want to do is be able to share my computer screen so I can talk about different things. But let me keep it real short. I've been listening to some podcasts. I've been watching the YouTubes, listening to high-level Bitcoiners, and I'm basically to this point in my understanding of cryptocurrency. I still believe in altcoins and what they can do, and that we need little experiments to see privacy, fungibility, transactions, lowering fees, all that jazz. I know Ethereum does that a lot, but I'm coming to the consensus that Ethereum might be a garbage coin to me so far. I mean, the proof of stake thing just seems like a wild experiment. Like right now, the issuance rate of Ethereum is a lot, and now they're going to change it all to a deflationary coin. So you had something that was inflation. Now you're going to change it to deflation, and you're going to have to stack or stake. You're going to have to stake 64 Ethereum to be able to collect the gas fees from other people. So basically, every time a gas fee happens, if you are staking Ethereum 64, which is like a crazy amount, just tons of money. Maybe it was 48. Anyways, you're going to have to spend like at least $60,000 to stake Ethereum. So let's say you're able to do that. You stake your Ethereum, all the gas fees are now going to find your way to you. That seems bizarre. It seems like a little unfair that you're getting all that coins, not for a proof of work. You're not really securing the network. You're staking that network. Maybe it's secure. I don't know. It just doesn't sound as secure. So what I'm saying is, at first Ethereum was very inflationary. Now they're turning into very deflationary. So what happens when there's too much deflation? There's tons of coins, but what happens if tons of transactions happens and the supply cap of Ethereum gets lower and lower and lower and lower and lower? It seems like all the money is just going to be funneled to the people that are staking the coin, and like every time you do an exchange, your money's just going to go to other people instead of people that are mining it. Do they even have mining anymore? Very confused. Ethereum just seems discombobulated. There's no vision. There's no purpose. It's just a wild experiment to me. Maybe it'll work, but my money is not on it. So my money is in proof of work like Bitcoin and Litecoin. And so I am coming to the consensus where I've listened to people talk about Lightning Network, which is impressive. I've listened to people talk about Liquid Network and these other second layer solutions. There's still a little bit of confusion about how they can be done. I've played around with my own Lightning wallets, my own Liquid wallets, and Lightning was awkward, to say the least. It didn't feel like Bitcoin. It created like some type of I think it was like it creates like an order, and the way it flows, the way it exchanges is much different than your traditional Bitcoin. Now it can probably work, but it's going to take some user experience and maybe some design by the certain wallets to make it user friendly, because it wasn't very user friendly. I was able to do it, but it just wasn't wasn't very user friendly. The pegging in, the pegging out of of Lightning, the Lightning network was awkward. I thought it was awkward, and so I've done Bitcoin transactions for 4 years now. And if it's awkward to me, imagine how awkward it would be for a newbie. And not saying it won't work, but it's going to take some time to make it very user friendly. But then I did use Liquid. I was playing around with Liquid, and it felt much easier to use. And the reason I'm excited about something like Liquid Bitcoin is because I forget who I was listening to the Peter McCormack show, and this guy was talking about Liquid, and he was talking about the possible use cases, and he was explaining exactly what I wanted it to do. When you buy Bitcoin, and all you want to do is transfer it to your hardcore wallet or hardware wallet, like a cold card or a Trezor or whatever, and even if you just want to send it to a different wallet, um, in both those scenarios, you're going to need to transact. If you buy $100 of Bitcoin or if you buy $5,000 of Bitcoin, you're going to need to do a transaction from that exchanged wallet, that soft wallet that you might not trust, into your hardcore wallet, hardcore, hardware wallet, or a different wallet that you trust. I use Exodus, and which I have my private key, so I can send Bitcoin to there. But in order to do that transaction, you're going to be hit with those fees, and I'm tired of paying the fees. Very tired of paying those fees. Because if you're stacking Sats like everyone's telling you to do, if you're stacking those Sats and accruing Bitcoin, you pretty much want it to go to maybe one, two, or three wallets. I pretty much send all the Bitcoin I own to two wallets. And so if you're stacking those Sats, you don't really want to do a lot of transactions. You want to minimize your transactions. But let's say your dollar cost averaging $50 every time on a certain exchange, but you want to send that off. You want to send that Bitcoin off the exchange eventually. So I kind of little build up until more of a significant amount, and then I send my Bitcoin to my trusted wallet. Well, when I send that Bitcoin to my trusted wallet, right now it's $100 fee. I don't want to do that $100 fee. So that what that liquid Bitcoin allows you to do is, let's say what it will allow you to do, um, and again, it's going to depend on the exchanges embracing liquid Bitcoin. You are going to be able to take your Bitcoin, your on-chain Bitcoin, your real Bitcoin, however you want to call it. I like to say on-chain Bitcoin. You're going to be able to transfer it into your liquid Bitcoin for a small fee, maybe even no fee, but I think there's a small fee, into your liquid Bitcoin. And then you take your liquid Bitcoin, send it to the exchange or the trusted wallet, and they are going to have liquid Bitcoin. So it's Bitcoin to liquid Bitcoin, and then you send it over to another exchange or wallet that has liquid Bitcoin, and then you change that liquid Bitcoin into real Bitcoin. So instead of sending real Bitcoin to real Bitcoin, that path is $100. Bitcoin to liquid Bitcoin, which I did this, it felt pretty easy. It felt like real Bitcoin. There wasn't any shenanigans. It was a public address and all that stuff. So I changed it into I changed it into liquid Bitcoin, and then I sent it to liquid Bitcoin. Okay. And then I exchanged liquid Bitcoin to real Bitcoin. And that was, I can't remember what it was, but it was less than 1,000 Satoshis. So that, I believe, is a huge factor in Bitcoin right now, because I'm tired of paying the fees. I'm even thinking about not buying as much, because why would I buy so much if it's just going to be eaten up by fees? So liquid Bitcoin is a great workaround. Now Lightning is a little different. It's going to do some different things for like payments more. So they're going to have different use cases. And so what I've come to the conclusion of is if Bitcoin, with its second layer inventions or second layer solutions, if it can do things that, like, if it solves what I want to do, for instance, if I buy it on, let's say you buy it buy Bitcoin at Coinbase, or you buy it on Abra, or you buy it on Binance, or wherever you buy it. Let's say you buy it on there, and they have a little button where you can change it into liquid Bitcoin, and then then you can send it to, let's say, Exodus, the wallet of my choice, or maybe um, Trezor. If they have a liquid option, then you can receive your liquid Bitcoin on your Trezor or your Exodus, and then transfer that liquid Bitcoin into your on-chain Bitcoin. That is a big solution for me. And if it's a big solution for me, I'm assuming it's going to be a big solution for a lot of other people. So if Bitcoin and the developers can solve these various problems, another problem is, of course, like being able as a merchant to accept Bitcoin, like Tesla's accepting Bitcoin. I bet they don't. I bet people don't like having to spend the fee when they're buying their Teslas. I know it's only $100 on such an expensive vehicle, but still, if those Teslas were coffees instead, no one wants to. How are you going to spend ten? You're going to spend a $10 fee buying $5 cup of coffee. That's not a solution. So, Lightning is a solution. Is it here yet? Nope. It's not. It's not resolved. It's not embedded into different companies that it needs to be. Liquid is here, but it's not embedded. If these things become embedded in different exchanges, different companies where it's easy for me as a user to use, then yeah, I might become something like a Bitcoin Litecoin maximalist, because remember, anything that Bitcoin can do, Litecoin can do as well. And I see value to that. The reason I see value to that is because let's say Litecoin uses Liquid or Lightning a little bit differently and it works a little bit better. Well, then now Litecoin has an advantage. And Litecoin can pretty much copy anything that Bitcoin can do. So you can see the use case of maybe Bitcoin implemented some type of protocol a little bit different, and Litecoin is going to change up a little bit to see if it works better. It works better. Oh wow, there's no fees on the way Litecoin does something. Maybe Bitcoin should do it as well. So I see value with that. I see value with Litecoin being able to be a little bit different, tweak a little more than Bitcoin is. But again, if I see these second layer solutions on Bitcoin come to fruition, then yeah, I'm pretty much going to become a Bitcoin Litecoin maximalist. I mean, I pretty much am, but I do not disparage other coins from experimentation, like things like Ethereum has some things going for them, like Thorchain, Monero. Different privacy coins have different solutions, like on the base chain. So until Bitcoin can solve all of their problems, which they do have problems, people act like Bitcoin doesn't have any problems. It has $100 fees. Those are problems. So until they solve all their problems with second layer solutions, then I'm just going to have to believe altcoins are going to play a role. Now, if they do solve most of these problems with second layer, third layer solutions, side chains, blah blah blah. I'm no techie, but if they solve all these things with side chains, second layer solutions, pegging in, pegging out, lightning channels, all this stuff. If they figure out all that stuff, maybe it comes in 5 years, maybe it takes them 10 years. I don't know. Maybe it never comes. Once it's resolved and once it proves itself, I'll be a Bitcoin maximalist. Until then, it's like a belief system. You're believing they're going to figure it out. Can they figure it out? I think so. That's why I own Bitcoin. That's why I own a lot of it. That's why it's my number one holding. Is it 100% chance that they're going to resolve everything? No. How could it be 100%? There's no such thing as 100%. So I know people kind of hate when you say diversify, but I am diversifying with Litecoin on the side. And until then, I'm going to think, yeah, maybe another coin does have some solutions. Certainly privacy. If second layer solutions can't resolve privacy and fungibility, which apparently Lightning and Liquid can kind of do that, until they can prove they can do that, if someone wants to be in the here and now and be very private with their money, well, then something like Monero or Pirate Chain is going to be the way to go. Like right now, if you had to do it right now, you're not going to use Liquid. You're not going to use Lightning. It feels bizarre. It's not baked in the cake. It's not It's not in the popular exchanges. It's not in the popular wallets. Will it become that? Hopefully. But if you had to use something um, for privacy right now, you would use probably Monero or Pirate Chain or Zcash um, because you want to use it right now. And is Bitcoin able to do that right now for everybody? No. Will they be able to? Hopefully. If that day comes, I'm dropping everything. I'm dropping all the altcoin speculation. I'm even dropping some, not all, Litecoin speculation, and I'll become a Bitcoin maximalist. But they haven't proved they can do it. Sure, it'll take time. Maybe it'll come. Maybe it won't. But until then, there's no way I'm going to become a Bitcoin maximalist until second layer solutions solve the problems that I have. I'm sure other people have. Businesses have. Businesses are relying a lot on stable coins. Um, so these maximalists that say that Bitcoin has resolved everything, untrue. Can it? Maybe. Has it done it right now? Today? No. Does that make me impatient? Maybe. But I'm hedging my bets. And to not hedge your bets, I think, is a little unwise. Now, the smartest people in the spaces are pretty much maximalists because I think they're betting on the fact that the coders and the developers can solve all these solutions. And again, it's my number one holding. I'm betting on the fact that they can as well. But is it a certainty? Is it 100% probability that they'll solve all these things? No. I mean, Bitcoin hasn't taken over the fiat space at all. We've got a lot more ways to go. So until then, I'm going to speculate that Bitcoin probably will become number one for all time, but maybe not forever. Um, so basically, it's just going to be a waiting game to see if Bitcoin can deliver on what they say they're going to deliver on. What am I even talking about? Do I want to talk about anything else? Hey, go Browns. Good draft. We got the cornerback we wanted. Got some JOK guy. Browns are looking good. All right. Litecoin Pat out.